How do you feel about what's happening in Australia at the moment?
Not very good. Not very good. We don't see any portion over here of what's really happening. Clearly I'm from Australia, I'm from Melbourne, so my family and my friends are there, and they can tell me what's going on, and life is desperate for many, literally desperate. They're being isolated, they're being coerced, they're being pushed out of careers of 20 and 30 years. Even people who don't come into contact with people are being pushed out of their job because the choice is not a choice. The option to take this voluntary medication is not a choice in Australia because the government is saying we won't make it mandatory, but if you don't do it our way, you don't get access to life. It's surreal to watch my hometown and my homeland endure, I will call it tyranny, absolute tyranny, and it's heartbreaking. And I speak with people every single day and encourage them to hold on tight. I spoke with a nurse of 30 years today who has had to leave her career because she had no choice but to leave because it's not a choice there. If you want to keep your job, essentially you have to take this trial medication. I don't know what else to call it. It's poison, and it's killing people. And she told me of the grief that she's endured for the last few months because she watched her husband die following. So it's real. What people are talking about, it's real. It's a shame that not as many that I had hoped know about what's going on in Australia, and we really need to understand that Australia and New Zealand and Canada are in desperate times, and we need to wake up because that's the Commonwealth, and in no time at all, if we don't stop it, it'll be on our own doorsteps, and that for me is, well, I won't say frightening because I will keep fighting, but it ought to worry people.
And how do you feel about the lack of mainstream coverage on the Australian matter?
Well, I guess we all know, well, those who are aware of what is going on with the mainstream media and who owns the mainstream media, it's no surprises. They're spreading their lies and they're spreading of untruths because that's all it is. Nothing else is real. So I have no respect at all. But then, and that's for the so-called journalism. Journalists are dead. There is no journalists. They're all bought and paid for, and they're told what to say, and that's all they say. And I think they're all cowards, other than people who are willing to stand up and protect and defend humanity, because they will not be safe from whatever's coming our way. They think they're going to be spared. They're not, and I think they're cowards.
And how do you feel about how in the Netherlands they opened fire on protesters?
And in Melbourne.
And in Melbourne? Oh, that they were rubber bullets, or did they actually properly open fire in Melbourne?
No.
Rubber bullets.
But rubber bullets, and I don't know how much you know about them, but they do significant damage. I don't understand how people can't understand the significance of those things. When the government is firing on its own people, we understand it's no longer about health. It's never been about health. And I wish people would wake up and understand it's not about health. It's about control, and absolute control. And I know it's really confronting and it's really frightening to think that everything that you've been told and everything that you thought you could believe in is not true. And the only people defending you are people like us. The government's not on your side. And it's frightening that is a reality that you have to see in the mirror. It's terrible. It's appalling. It's surreal.
And what do you think about mandates in general?
That's just when two blokes go out for dinner, you mean? That's a mandate.
Oh, sorry?
That's when two guys go out for dinner. Mandates are not real. So, and that's what I would say. People need to understand that if you don't know your rights, you have none. So get real and get an understanding of the sovereign ways, I guess you'd call it. We're all born free, and government is only government by consent. And if we keep giving people, give this so-called government, and they're all limited liability companies, they only govern by consent. So if we keep giving our consent, they will keep pushing this tyranny on us.
And do you think that the military will they turn their guns on us?
I hope not. I think that will be a very, very sad day, but at the same time, you know, I guess almost nothing will surprise me. But I don't know. I believe and I feel that things are not going to go their way. There are way too many people who are now asking questions, waking up and saying, hold on, there is something really wrong here. And all of a sudden, people that I've known for a very, very long time who have been fully believing the narrative are asking questions. So more and more and more every single day are saying this is not right. So I think probably from my perspective it will be a very sad day, but I don't think it'll go their way.
And do you think we can see a repeat of this in Nazi Germany? Do you think it's just another form of it?
If we don't watch history, if we don't know our history, it's bound to repeat, and it's repeating, isn't it? And of all places, Austria and Germany imposing their stupid rules and regulations, you know, it's history repeating itself, absolutely.